Hello and welcome to Curse of the Asia Bonds, and this will be part 2. Okay, let's continue. The Fire Knives have the king's daughter in the hideout, hoping to lure him into a trap. I cannot directly intervene, but I can offer information. Suddenly, the side door explodes inwards with a deafening crash. Traitorous scum, hisses a Fire Knife. Seize them all. He commands his sizable band of thieves. As his men spread out, the guildmaster hurls a poisoned knife dagger, which catches the Fire Knife in the throat. His body slumps to the floor, twitching violently. As you prepare to meet the onslaught, you see an arrow hit the guildmaster in the chest, and he curls over, crumbles over, something like that. Anyway, this being a set encounter, so it's going to be sped up at 2 times normal speed. And we have fireballs. Yeah. This is going to be half of the course. Opening up a lot of fights with double fireballs and mopping up afterwards. So I do apologize for the previous episode, the voice over. I mean, it is done after the fact that I have completed the recording a while ago now. So there was some clumsy overlap with the voice over. Where I start talking about different things, and then suddenly there was something that had to be read up. So I will be more careful with that moving forward. And of course, they are running away. And can't hit them. I know I could use the quick option to speed up these fights, but I don't trust the computer. I'm sorry. I don't. So, probably goes a bit slower than it necessarily has to, but you know what? We'll manage. It'll be fine. I have sped up the videos to compensate for. There's a lot of misses. Clicking previous when aiming usually targets the target furthest away, but it can be a bit creative in its targeting. So almost done. Just need to get that one last thief down. Shoot him with arrows. Oh, he hit. Surprise. Time for loots. Time for the rubbish. Let's detect just to make sure we don't miss out on anything interesting. And we didn't. So, no harm. The guildmaster gasps. On balance, I'd rather be in Ulash, and then he dies. You find information on his body and log it as journal entry 4, which is a map to the sewers. Here the table is an open guest book. The last entry reads, "Oh, Rustkettle, Bard of the Realms, touch the harp and lose your hand." We will meet that bard much later. You come upon some running thieves. What do? Remain calm. Probably a good idea. They yell as they run past. The fire knives are pushing up from the south. They're boiling out of the sewers. They had the same icon as the good guys, so I thought it probably was a good idea to just stay calm. Your entry is greeted by hungry snarls. A fire knife releases the pack. And speeding up, fight against some poor doggies. Oh well. Yeah. Probably overkill using fireballs here, but well, they are available, so make use of them. Does sound kinda cute at higher speed settings. I should probably use a bow in my paladin, but nope, my paladins are not using bows. Nope. It's a principle. Probably not worth picking up. This room is littered with gnawed bones and leashes. In the Dragonlance series, you can actually change character while you're in such a menu, but you can't do that in these games, so that's why you get those beep beep sounds from time to time. I'm sorry, it's just the interface complaining that I'm trying to do something it doesn't want me to do. You found the treasure room. Just double checking what kind of money it is before I start sharing it out, because money is heavy and it will slow your characters down. So let's see what is available here. Some potions, some dust, Ewan stone, whatever they're called, some moose skulls, and also an banded mail, and another potion. Those Ewan stone things, they confer some bonuses, and I'm not making use of more than one to the entire game, because there's nothing in the game manuals in any way, shape, or form that dictates even this tells you the information about what they do, and I could look it up online, but I don't really feel the need for it. So maybe I'm missing out on some great bonuses. If that's the case, sad. You see a number of cages that one held monkeys, I think it was. The clank of metal on metal and the growls of animals locked in mortal combat echoes through the halls. Bash the door. A party of fire knives spot you. They charge. Yeah, we all make mistakes, I suppose. A stinging cloud. Not very effective, but I'm fairly sure the original, I don't know whether that's changed since then, but pen and paper Dungeons and Dragons, you're supposed to use spell components if you want to go by the strict rules, and I'm fairly sure that a suggested reagent for Stinging Cloud is a rotten egg. So you can imagine they probably don't smell very nice. Actually, if you play pen and paper Dungeons and Dragons with spell components, certain spells are rather difficult and expensive to cast. yeah. Thankfully, any dungeon master worth his salt will adjust the rules according to the needs of the party. So, I mean, it can be fun having to hunt for the agents to cast your spells, but it can also be extremely tedious. So, just making sure there's nothing important I need to pay attention to. Anything interesting? Nope. Just to check, just to make sure. No. Onwards. Body's like twisted one about another, locked in combat. Sorry. It's just sometimes the wording in these seems a bit odd. It could be because I'm not natively English, but yeah. Sorry, caught me off guard. That one. I'm searching for something. Wounded dogs back away from you, growling. Their masters lie dead on the floor. And I will get horribly lost, so I'm going to speed that part up as well, because there's no point in just watching me running around in the wrong directions. That's why I'm checking the area constantly, because I know where I'm supposed to be going. Lying in a pool of blood is a young woman in a green robe. Near her is a broken staff, mounted by a hand with a mouthful of palm and a piece of paper. The paper reads, "Keep watch on the chosen ones." So, speed up time. One of the, I don't know whether it's a piece of advice that was repeated in later versions of Dungeons and Dragons, because when I played pen and paper Dungeons and Dragons, it was second edition. But one of the pieces of advice given in Dungeon Master's Guide was, if a player ever claims to know a rule, change it. Which is something I found hilarious. In other words, if a player seems to think he knows a rule better than you do, change it. Within reason, of course. Or as a late friend, sadly late, but used to say, Dungeon Masters roll some dice. Okay, you can do that. He is sorely missed. Anyway, we have finally found our way down towards the sewers, and I'm trying to keep each area in their own video as much as I can. So, see green slimy marks on the floor, more distinct near the door. So, on that note, I will be ending part 2 here. So, thanks for watching, take care, and see you again. Bye bye.